Everyone, welcome to Transfusion Vitals channel. Today topic is SOP, like why they matter, how they are implemented, and what every professional need to know. SOP is defined as detailed written instruction to achieve uniformity of the performance of a specific function. It is controlled and most vital document for quality management system in any blood bank. The use of SOP has become mandatory in blood centers for licensing and accreditation. The development of an SOP is a multi-step process that involves the preparation, writing, conclusion, and training for its use. So we have to identify the responsible person for each task, then plan the action, what is to be done. After that, we have to train our staff to follow that SOP and monitor the performance, whether the work is properly done or not, and ensure regulatory compliance. Identifying the responsible person for each task, how it is done. So, for identifying the responsible person authorized to write or sign SOP based on the SOP content and the level of importance. The user should be a person who work in an area covered by SOP and who is adequately trained for this purpose. The identification of the user varies with respect to scope and the purpose of the SOP. Plan action. What is to be done? For this, you need to make a flow chart that should be designed wherever possible before writing the SOP or to identify the working steps and decision points of the process. It is essential to take staff support and input to create SOP in work areas. A teamwork approach in writing SOP enhances the training process in their use because a person who is doing that function or that process will be the first one who should know that how this need to be done and what are the shortcomings that we can come over and make a nice SOP. So SOP should be written while performing the activity and not by somebody sitting behind the desk thinking of how the activity is to be done. So SOP planning. We have to review a draft with the expert performers and supervisor. Then we have to validate the SOP, approve the SOP, train to use the SOP, distribute SOP, implement SOP, and then audit. So we will audit like we have created a steps and how everyone is following, whether we are getting the desired outcome or not, that we can conclude in an audit. Of staff, it's very important. The ultimate goal is to convince the blood bank staff that SOPs are not only written paperwork but are intended to help the personal work according to the best quality standards. The information part of the SOP, it includes following components: name of the blood bank, subject of the SOP, location, function, distribution, unique number, version, and when it need to be revised, date from which SOP shall be effective, and the period after which it has to be reviewed, number of pages and number of copies, name and signature of the author, name and signature of the person who has been authorized to approve SOP, name and signature of a person who is responsible to authorize the use of SOP from the effective date. Now the descriptive part of the SOP. First is the title. It should be short, precise to describe the objective of the SOP. Then scope. This description should be precise and minimal. Responsibility. Who is responsible for oversight of SOP? Principle of the procedure. Describe the relevant principle for examination. Then material use. Type of container, additives, type of sample, quantity, storage criteria. Followed by equipment. Name of equipment used. Then calibration procedure for equipment and instrument use. Calibration. Next is the procedural steps. We have to describe process, flow chart, description of the work, activities in clear and concise words. Then performance specification. This is essential for the quality control of procedure and may require use of statistical quality control like algegraph prepared for ELISA. So this includes precision, intermediate precision, etc. Then results. Principle of procedures for calculating results. It includes measurement, uncertainty, biological reference intervals, reportable interval of examination, alert, critical values, interpretation of the result. Next is safety precaution. Standard safety precautions are extremely essential for staff and equipment safety. Relevant safety precautions and measures should be highlighted in the SOP. Potential sources of variability. It should include measures on regulation to be taken if there are deviation from defined working description or in case of any unexpected errors. Then annexure. The annexure of the SOP should be included to include all attachment relevant for this SOP. For example, literature or standard guidelines used to cite the principle for laboratory tests. These references should be cited using the exact description of the manufacturer's manual, which include version number or the publication release date, definitions, that means the terminology used in the SOP, related SOP documents, related worksheet or files, record or protocols used for the documentation. Thank you. Like, share and subscribe the video.